Quarterback Ben Roethlisberger of the Pittsburgh Steelers, as reported by NBC Sports on November 9, after victory over the Dallas Cowboys, stated that Dallas may be America's team, but we were the world's team. American football has over time become the most popular sport in America. According to statistics from SportsShow.net, football's viewership since 2005 has gone up to 111.9 million viewers, which is first compared to the second most viewers, which is baseball and softball, sitting at a measly 40 million viewers. Now the most popular medium for consumption of American football is obviously the NFL. The NFL has a long and storied history that cannot possibly be told without concluding the history of the Pittsburgh Steelers. As a lifelong Steelers fan myself, it is my firm belief that the Steelers are undoubtedly the most successful franchise in NFL history. They have proven throughout their 87-year long and storied history that they are the greatest franchise in the NFL. However, in order to truly grasp the historical greatness that is the Pittsburgh Steelers, we must first acknowledge their achievements, as well as how they attained their achievements, and why there is no other team that is nearly as great as the Pittsburgh Steelers. This of course starts with their achievements. According to the Pro Football Reference, the Steelers are tied for first all time with 6 Super Bowl victories. They have 8 conference championship victories, and they also have 23 divisional titles, all since the NFL and AFL merger in 1970. They have a record of 647, 566, and 22, which ranks them in 9th all time, and a playoff record of 36 and 25, which ranks them 5th best all time. All of these things have combined to form what is widely regarded as one of the most successful, if not the most successful, franchise in NFL history. But how did they manage all of this? One of the ways that they did this is through great and consistent management and coaching. As reported by Eric Dockett of Sports Illustrated, since the NFL and AFL merger in 1970, owner of the team, the Rooney family, has a history of choosing and sticking with smart and young head coaches. And for over 50 years, this strategy has paid off. The Steelers have had only 3 coaches since the NFL merger in 1970. And for those who don't know, a coach who typically isn't producing well gets fired between 3 or 4 years. Another reason that the Steelers have these great achievements is through their great history in the draft, the NFL draft. They are tied for 3rd with 18 Hall of Famers. This is their 3rd to 2nd and 1st, who are the Green Bay Packers and the Bears, who've been in the league longer than any other team. They've drafted great players, great and revolutionary players, such as Mean Joe Green and Terry Bradshaw, and even more recently, Troy Polamalu in the 2020 class for the Hall of Fame. They've even found great success recently with rookie wide receiver Chase Claypool, who currently has 10 touchdowns in his first 10 games as a rookie, which is a rookie record since the NFL merger. However, despite all this, there are still some people that believe that there are other franchises better suited for the title of greatest franchise of all time. And the team that's typically mentioned in this argument is the New England Patriots. The New England Patriots, according to Pro Football Reference, has 6 Super Bowl wins, which is tied with Pittsburgh for first all time, and has even more conference championship wins with 11 all time, which is also first. So you're probably asking, how does Steelers better? Well, since the merger, Pittsburgh has always been one of the better teams in the league. The same cannot be said for the Patriots, who struggled heavily since the NFL merger, only really having sustained greatness in these last 20 years. They only had one prior Super Bowl appearance, in which they would lose badly 46-10 to the 1985 Bears. Another common argument against the Steelers for being the greatest franchise of all time is that the Steelers, just like the Patriots, started off very slow in their franchise's history. But this is because this was prior to the NFL merger. What this does is it makes it harder for teams to improve because there are less teams to trade with, and it just creates an even smaller talent pool to choose from. So, with all these things in mind, it's quite evident who the greatest franchise in NFL history is. They have all the necessary credentials to be labeled as such, thanks in part to their high level of success in management and coaching, as well as their drafting. Although the Patriots are certainly a worthy contender for this title, they are just edged out thanks to the Steelers and their success over a longer period of time.